coverage of the NFL leads us to a snow-covered Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Cleveland Browns. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This fielded at the 2. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Let's go. Take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Like 80.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there,
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
That's it, baby.
We should mention to go along. For the great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Check 99. Check 99. Check 3. Check 3.
Monday.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. And some space here. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. Boy, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Check that.
Back to the air, Roethlisberger after the pick six. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
But I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick six on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Got him right back in the saddle and said, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Alert.
Tight go. Check nickel.
On second down, Johnson. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Check! Check 5!
Check 52 to Mike. Check.
Play action. Now Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And he'll be out right at the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10. Now the 3rd leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Now the 2nd year back from LSU, it's Darius Geis. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They'll run with his 2nd-year man from ASU, Kalen Ballage. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Following the penalty, Chubb. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. They'll run for it. Geis. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Darius Geis with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
22-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
50.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to float this. He's got a man, complete. The 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Washington, 78 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That'll be taken in the end zone.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started, and it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Sean Davis that time on the tackle. A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Geis. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They run it with Balaj. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. And he'll get this pretty close to a 1st down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 25.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
No gain on the play. It's now 4th down.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Slam. Check 24. Check 24.
Regular. Hey, alert. Bravo. Hurry. Stop.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th.
Watch the screen.
Now he's forced out left. And this throw will be intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Check 9.
They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not got much success against him and his team.
Or, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And he connects with Vance McDonald. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
Hey, keep it
A
up.
big gain on the play, but it leads to 4th down.
Hey, alert.
52, right 52.
On the ball.
Watch the twist.
No go.
They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. Now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
I got you, boy.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait and enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case,
now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
50. Hey, Zoo.
Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Show that bench release and go.
Maybe a free play now for Roethlisberger. And he finds McDonald. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Browns. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long.
25, check 25, check 25.
Snickers, 66.
Here we go. Watch twist.
Take 2 of them. Now
Roethlisberger to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way.
And Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Jack Doyle that time. And it's 3rd down. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think he might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Regular. Hey, team 6.
Mayfield looks to throw. Now Mayfield lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, this snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. An update from Denver. The Broncos, they've got the early lead over the Chargers. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. The Browns drive about to get started. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
Let's see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. On the ground, it's Geis. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run here with Balaj. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Well, they had that one snipped out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short game.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
Let's go.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Darius Geis, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Now Gold for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing.
And that's caught inside the 30. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Washington, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
On second and 11 now. Mayfield. And Green with a catch left side. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 11 yards there, first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Regular. 5.
Now Mayfield. Green with a catch left side. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30.
Hurry.
To throw, Mayfield. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. Oh, now Beckham. 34 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Gold to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. That pick, his 9th on the season.
Remember we were kids and you were playing Little League Baseball and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order? That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field? That wasn't so great.
That wasn't. You're picking dandelions out there.
Exactly.
But the 9 picks,
you want that in a big way. That's a great season.
Heck of a season. Give him 9 on the play. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
28. Orbit. 26.
Here's Mayfield. Going to throw deep for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll run with Geis. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Hurry! Run.
Now a give. Right side, it's Geis. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. A run for Nick Chubb, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
52 is the mic, boy. 52. You're not ready. 24. Mike 52. 3 bucks.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Mike 52.
After the sack on first down, Roethlisberger, and he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Here's Roethlisberger. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Returnable here for Callaway. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. On the NFL scoreboard elsewhere, 3rd quarter in Denver. The Chargers have now taken the lead over the Broncos. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Mayfield now. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Mayfield to throw it. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. And now Big Ben will lead the Steelers up to go for 2.
Quarter. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And all the way down to the 26. A big play there on the catch and run. 49 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long. And I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them. And now it's been a real issue.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A.J. Green. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Gold with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Second and 10 now from the 27.
6 man. Check curl. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
Here we go, here we go. Flag,
and they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Kevin King with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. That turnover might just about do it. Here, 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, a couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
26 months, 26 months.
All day, all day, all day, all day.
26 months, 26 months.
Throwing, Mayfield. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Hey, Haywood.
26, pistol.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He's going to air one out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Antonio Callaway, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Go.
Here we go.
Stop. Hurry.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Watch the screen.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Defensively, you've got the nice lead here in the 4th quarter. You're saying, if they want to get a run of a little over 10 yards, that's okay.
I hear what you're doing there, and I think you're onto something. They've loosened up on defense, so don't get fooled by the nice runs you're getting now. You've got to get bigger plays, possibly think about throwing the football a bit more here.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger is going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Take both of them.
Rush in. Check 43.
Easy.
Roethlisberger will throw. He's going to walk one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. And now Big Ben will lead the Steelers up to go for 2.
They're not ready for this. They still playing something.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Browns drive about to get started, and a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and now it's second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken at the 3. Oh, what a 360.
Let's go!
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments in this one. On second and 11 now. Roethlisberger, throw left side, taken in by Washington. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
218, chop.
90 is a mic. Here we go, here we go.
They go play action with Roethlisberger. Escaping the pressure right. Scrambling, not particularly a Roethlisberger strong suit, but he does get the job done there and gets a first.
How many times do we hear that third down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Kevin King there defensively.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on second and 10.
Even. Check 15, check 15. Check.
Solid, 5 down. Check 26, Chad.
One last shot for Roethlisberger. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 36. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cleveland, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall to 5-7, and they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the